State of mankind. How much do you know? Excerpts from How the Spectre of Communism is Ruling Our World. 121. The enormous outflow of industries and jobs turned the working and middle classes of Western countries into victims of globalization. Take America, for example, with the massive outflow of capital and technology to China, numerous manufacturing jobs were lost, leading to the loss of industries and a rising unemployment rate. From 2000 to 2011, 5.7 million laborers in the manufacturing sector lost their jobs, and 65,000 factories were closed. The gap between rich and poor has long been widening in the United States. Over the past 30 years, the growth of the average wage, inflation adjusted, has been slowing, bringing about the emergence of the working poor, those who work or seek jobs for 27 weeks of the year, but whose income is below the official poverty level. In 2016, 7.6 million Americans were counted among the working poor. Polarization between the rich and poor is the soil in which communism grows. Economic troubles are never restricted merely to the economic realm, but continue to grow. The demand for social justice and for a solution to unfair distribution of income has led to a surge of socialist ideology. Meanwhile, the demand for social welfare has also risen, in turn creating more poor families and ultimately forming a vicious cycle. Since 2000, the U.S. political spectrum has increasingly been open to left-wing influence. By the time of the 2016 election, there was a rising demand for socialism and increasing political polarization due to partisan interests. To a great extent, the impact of globalization lay behind these shifts. On the other hand, the greater the trouble Western democratic societies found themselves in, the more triumphant the force of communism appeared on the world stage. Along with the advancement of globalization came anti-globalization campaigns. Large-scale violent protests on November 30, 1999, in Seattle, against the WTO Ministerial Conference marked the onset of such campaigns. 3 large-scale international conferences in 2001, the Summit of the Americas meeting in Quebec, Canada, the European Union Summit in Gothenburg, Sweden, and the Group of 8 Economic Summit in Genoa, Italy, were also beset by such demonstrations. In 2002, Florence, Italy, saw an unprecedented large-scale anti-globalization demonstration that drew 1 million participants. Worldwide anti-globalization campaigns have drawn participants from a variety of backgrounds. A vast majority of them have been left-wing opponents of capitalism writ large, including labor unions, environmental organizations, also hijacked and infiltrated by communism, as well as victims of globalization and the underprivileged. As a result, the public, whether supporters or opponents of globalization, have ended up inadvertently serving the ends of communism. From Chapter 17, Globalization, Communism at its Core.